Bringing the soles of your feet together, we're going to give our feet a nice little massage here. If you enjoy essential oils, this would be a good time to maybe get some lavender to massage onto your feet. We're just going to breathe here for a minute. Nice deep inhale, exhaling all of the air out of your lungs, allowing your neck to fall forward. Maybe it feels good to roll your neck out to the side. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, rolling it back to center and out to the other side on your next inhale. Stay here. Maybe go back and forth 2 or 3 times. Rolling the neck all the way up, crossing the legs however you're comfortable. We're going to take our hands behind us, inhaling them up overhead, exhaling the palms down to heart center, inhaling your hands straight back up, and exhaling out and around back down to your sides. And we'll stay here and do this 3 times, moving at your own pace. Returning to center, we're going to stretch out our right arm, placing the palm as close to the ground as you can. And we're going to extend our neck out to the opposite side and stay here a couple of breaths. Maybe you place your hand on your head to give a little bit extra stretch, but don't force anything. Rolling your neck back and forth, whatever feels good to you. And on your next inhale, we will switch to the other side, extending the other arm out, flexing your hand and feeling that stretch down your neck. We're going to stay here for a couple of breaths. To center. Exhale, walking your hands out in front of you as far as you're comfortable. We're trying to bring those elbows to the ground. We're going to inhale, straightening your arms, and on the exhale, lengthening into that stretch and bringing those elbows back to the ground. Moving at your own pace, we'll stay here for 3 breaths. Inhaling to straight arms, exhaling those elbows back towards the ground, really rounding your back and dropping your forehead to the ground. On your next inhale, we're going to roll that back all the way back up to a straight back. We're going to extend one leg out, bringing our arms out to the sides, and you're going to inhale, exhale, cartwheeling those arms out towards that extended leg. Keeping your chest open so you're not falling forward, making sure that arm stays up above you. Stay here for a couple of breaths. Inhale, the arms back to center. Exhale, cartwheeling back out, keeping your chest open, deepening that stretch. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, one more time, out to the side with that arm extended up over the top. Inhaling back to center, and then we are going to exhale down and rounding out now, closing that chest and really feeling that stretch down in the back of their leg, through your hamstrings. You'll also feel this down your back, and just allow your neck to fall here. If you cannot touch your toes, that's okay. Stretch to where you are comfortable, and we're just going to stay here for a couple of breaths. Inhaling, cartwheeling the arms up and over. Exhaling, extending that opposite arm across to the other side of your body. Inhaling back to center, and we will exhale again, and we will do this one more time. Inhaling back to center, and we will switch legs and repeat on the opposite side. Bring your arms up. You're going to exhale, cartwheel the arms over, keeping your chest open and that arm above you. Inhaling back to center, exhaling back out, deepening that stretch. One more time, keeping that arm up above you and your chest open. And then we will inhale back to center. Exhale, bringing both arms down, reaching for that foot. We're just going to hold this static stretch for a couple of breaths, inhaling deep through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. We're going to stay here for about 3 breaths. Inhaling back to center, exhaling down and across to the other side. Really opening up that rib cage, stretching out all the way down to your hip. You'll feel this stretch. One more time here, exhaling all the way down and out. Inhaling back up. We're going to move onto all fours, placing your wrists under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. And we're going to exhale, pushing your back up, really stretching through that spine. Inhaling, dropping that belly to the floor, raising your forehead up towards the ceiling. Exhaling, arching that back, looking down towards your belly button. Inhaling, dropping the belly, raising your forehead up. Exhaling, really stretching that spine, pushing your back all the way up. Inhaling one more time, dropping that belly to the ground and really stretching up. And then we're going to return to center, and we're going to just inhale, hover the knees, exhale, drop them back to the ground. Inhale, hover the knees, exhale, bring them back down. And then we're going to inhale, raising the knees up again. And we're going to exhale, push down and sit back onto your toes, inhaling back to center and dropping the knees. And we're going to do this twice. And then we're going to inhale, coming up, keeping the legs a little bit more straight this time, really pushing up onto your toes and back. Exhaling, sinking those heels into the ground. Inhaling, back to center. And on your next inhale, we're going to push up onto our toes, straightening the legs even more this time. Exhaling, really sinking those heels down into the mat, looking back at your toes. And then we're going to inhale, coming forward, exhaling down into Cobra Pose. And we're just going to take a couple of breaths here, stretching all through your belly, through your hips. Maybe you take a nice breath out to each side here. And then on your next inhale, we're going to push up and back into down dog again, coming to your toes, exhaling, really grounding those heels down into the mat, keeping your knees as bent as you need to keep this stretch comfortable. And then we're going to inhale, coming back forward into Cobra Pose. And on your next inhale, we're going to come back, curling the toes and pushing back into down dog again. And we're just going to walk the hands back towards the feet, sinking your belly and your chest into the tops of your thighs. Inhale, bringing your back up flat. Exhale, dropping your belly back down. Again, keeping your knees bent. You're not trying to stress anything here. You don't want to strain any muscles. You want to stay nice and relaxed. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, sinking back down into that stretch. And then we're going to inhale, rolling all the way up to standing position, stretching those arms straight up overhead. Step forward with our right foot now, keeping your hips squared, that back leg straight. You should feel it stretch down that back leg, down your hamstrings. Turning your hips out and that back foot at about a 45-degree angle. We're going to inhale, that right arm up and overhead as you slide your left hand down that back leg. Exhale, inhale, bringing both arms forward. We're going to place our right hand on the inside of our right foot, keeping a bend in your knee as much as you need to. Be comfortable here in this stretch. Again, we're not straining anything, we're not forcing anything. Exhaling, both hands down to the mat now, squaring our hips forward, placing that left knee down on the mat. And we're going to raise our right arm up and overhead for a breath. Returning to center, we're going to extend that right leg, sitting back onto your left heel. Really feeling that stretch through your hamstrings of your right leg. Inhaling back up to center, stepping that left foot forward and that right foot back. Again, squaring the hips forward for a nice stretch down your hamstrings, and then we will turn that hip slightly out, your foot to a 45-degree, inhaling that left arm up overhead and that right arm back and down. Exhaling, inhaling, coming forward, bringing that left hand down to the inside of your left foot. Inhaling, bending that knee, exhaling, deepening that stretch and straightening that left leg just a little bit more. And if you can't come all the way to the floor, that's fine. Bring that hand to wherever you are comfortable. Bringing both hands to the mat and bringing your hips to where they're squared, dropping that back knee down and raising your left hand up and overhead. And then we're going to inhale, pushing back onto that right heel, straightening that left leg. And we're just going to stay here for a couple of breaths. Inhaling, coming forward. Exhaling, stepping that left leg back into a high plank. And we're going to inhale up onto your tippy toes. Exhale, sinking back and down into those heels. We're just going to stay here for a couple of breaths and walk out our heels, raising, lowering, easing. On the next inhale, coming forward into the high plank. Exhaling down to the ground. And inhaling up into a cobra pose. We're going to bring our knees out to the width of your mat. And we're going to exhale, sinking our belly and our chest back and down into the mat for a child's pose. Really extending your arms out in front of you. Stay here as long as you need to. Really sinking into the mat. If it's more comfortable for you, you can bring your arms back and through to where you can grab your feet, maybe massage them a little bit more, and just allow yourself to really melt into the ground. Taking deep breaths in and out, staying here as long as you need to. Go ahead and save this video so you can come back to it, whether it's first thing in the morning, maybe you need something to help you decompress in the middle of the day, or just something to help you unwind before bedtime.